G'day there everyone. I've been busy stripping away. Got some vacuum cleaner motors, don't know if they go yet. Some cards that go with them. If they don't go, there's still some good parts there. And there's a big bag on one of my motorbikes full of stuff that I've been stripping. A TV board and a motherboard out of a computer, a modem, a couple of power supplies and DVD burners and whatnot. Great big microwave transformer down the bottom there somewhere. And here's some of the stuff I've got left to do. This is a big TV, rear projection. There's a portable air conditioner, a couple of vacuum cleaners, there's a fridge up the back there, and another big plasma here. And there's some of the stuff that's going to the tip. Alright, I'll be back with some more soon. So I've got this tape deck here, out of its box. I'm doing about 1 million screws, which are going in here. That tin was empty at the start of the day, so I've done a few. I've only just started using the drill tool. It was flat before, it's charged up now. So this stereo is the first thing I've actually been able to use the drill on. Things should go a bit quicker now. And there's lots more screws to undo in there. Most of that stuff I want, wheels and pulleys and whatnot. I'll take that board off and desolder all the caps and stuff. There's a couple of toroids floating around in there. Nice little transformer. Might be some good bobs and bits in the CD player part there. We'll see what happens. Alright, I'll be back again soon once I've undone some screws. Alright, so the radio's all stripped down, stereo unit. All the rubbish is going in the case there, off the tip. Faceplate and brackets and whatnot. There's the main radio board. There's a nice variable capacitor in there. It's got shortwave too, so it could be a decent capacitor. Decent potentiometer on the end there. It's a balanced one, so it's indexed in the middle. Bunch of LEDs and capacitors and other bits and bobs and ferrite core, which I may or may not leave with that aerial on it. I might just end up winding something else around that, I think. And I've got a whole bunch of little motors. This is from the CD player part. It's a laser, that'll come in handy. Feel these little cogs and gears might come in handy. Motor on the other side, 2 motors there. And there was another 2 motors there because it was a turntable style CD player. Holds many discs. It was a 5 disc. And so there's some of the turntable and open and closed door motors. Tape deck part, lots of little screws here. My small screwdrivers are upstairs, so I'll take this upstairs as is and pull out all the little screws. Still heaps more screws. Getting tired of these screws. I don't know how much of these cogs and stuff I want. I mostly think I just want the motor off that and maybe a couple of the belts because they seem like a good nick. And that's the main control board out of the whole thing. Not a lot terribly useful there. That's probably an audio amp chip. That might come in handy. A few capacitors and stuff. I probably won't even desolder a lot of that. That'll probably mostly end up in the bin. Okay, I'm gonna pack this stuff up and move on to the next thing. Back soon. Alright, this is the next one we're going to pull apart. It's a portable air conditioner dehumidifier unit. Got a condenser hose out there for the side, so I'm pretty sure she's aircon. Most of the stuff's been chopped off. Might just be a humidifier anyway. There's going to be a pump and a motor. It looks like there's some condenser hosing in there, so that'll be useful to me. Don't know what's going to be working out of it, but yeah, there's still going to be a few handy bits and bobs, so I'm going to pull her apart and get rid of what we don't need. Alright, so I've got the lid off the aircon and the back panel. You can see there's a nice LCD display there, and looks like it had an infrared remote. A few more buttons. Going to end up with these momentary buttons coming out in the easy to desolder them all. For all the stuff I've stripped today. And a few other bits and bobs there. Looks like some relays on that board. It looks like it could be a couple of big transistors on a big heatsink down there. Yeah, looks like they've got 3 legs each. Can't see any markings on the board. There's some Zener diodes. A couple of little coils. Some caps. Transformer there. Oh, that looks like another big cap there. Only 2 leads going onto it. So that's a nice little find in the top. And, oh look, it fell off. There you go. Little screw pot's filling up. It was empty a couple of hours ago. Getting quite a few in there now. Anyway, back to this one. Nice ferrite core there. Big motor. And, you know, if that works, probably does. Plenty of good copper pipe. I've been looking out for some of that. Let's see if this side will come off. No, looks like I've still got some screws there somewhere, do I know? Well, that side all comes off. Might have to get these front ones under the grill there. Couple at the top. That'll be what's stopping it. Anyway, looks like there's some other good controls there. Little motor for the louver control. I think I'm going to get some good stuff out of here. I dare say there'll be some more 240 stuff down the bottom there somewhere too. Alright, back in. Alright, I've got the electronics off the air conditioning unit. Got a transformer. Oh, sorry about that everyone. I believe I was just showing you the capacitors out of the air conditioner when my battery flat ran out. Anyway, that's what's left of the air conditioner. It's, there's the cooling element up the top. Big one's the heating wash-off area. Condenser. There's the compressor down there. And the rest's all been stripped off and put away. My bag's filling up. As is the TV casing over there. All sorts of rubbish in there that I'll keep. I've got 3 vacuum cleaner motors now. This last one is a bit better. It's not old. And the armature's all a bit open in there, so I can actually pull this one apart and rewind it. And maybe hopefully get the wire out of some of these coils there. Old capacitor and stuff on the side. Don't know if you can read that. Got heaps of switches and stuff. I've done a second microwave. I've got my 2 magnetrons in over here. As you can see, one of them's quite large. Pile of stuff outside's growing. I'll have to bring the ute down in a bit and throw all that on, ready to go to the tip. I've brought a bin over too. But we're getting through it. I can actually walk in and out now. So we're going to do another vacuum cleaner next. Maybe 2 vacuum cleaners. I think there's another one floating around here somewhere. Right, back soon. Alright, back again. I've got this vacuum cleaner here opened up. And got this little motor out of the inside. I don't think it's going to be much good, although it does have screws on it, so we'll be able to pull it apart and get the shaft and bearing and stuff out of it. But as you can see from all the dust that's on it, and this thing that was wrapped around it, it's almost certainly been overheated or seized or something. I'll just check. It does turn freely, so the bearings will be alright. So anyway, that's that one done. This power lead's not going to go through that hole that way, so I'm going to have to unravel that and undo it from the other end because I wouldn't mind that power lead. Alright, that's about it for that one. I'll be back with something else soon. Alright, so that's me for the day. I'm all packed up. Shed's full again. Put everything away. Got a bunch of stuff on the back of the ute there. That's all going to the tip. I'm going to get into some of these big TVs here tomorrow. This one's an absolute monster. Big rear projection. That's another rear projection there. That's only just come in. I haven't had room for that before now. I'll stand back further and give you a look, but there's just not room. Anyway, that's been my day. Thanks for watching. G'day there, back again. I'm going to do a couple of big plasmas next. As you can see, I've already stripped some of the boards out of this one. That's the one from the previous video. There's a couple of big boards down here. and all those studs. You know, that's where I got a lot of those big high voltage capacitors and MOSFETs and stuff. After I do this one, I've got another one behind it there, about the same size, they're both pretty big. And then I've got some old wooden TVs down there too. So I might get into them as well, we'll see how I go. Probably just going to do a short one today. But, I'm going to pull some screws out, get some of these boards off. There's still a bunch of resistors in there that'll be handy. There's a few big capacitors floating around. I don't think I want too much of the SMD stuff, but I might grab a few bits and bobs. I'm pretty sure all those big silver things are all SMD capacitors. I want some of those plugs and sockets there. There's a USB and a headphones and another headphone, a few headphone ones there. Fibre optic, that sort of stuff. So I'll grab some of that stuff off. There's some speakers there. Some sort of subwoofer, I think. Other side speakers. So I'll pull some more screws out and get some of that stuff off and take the back off the next one, and I'll be back soon. Back again. I've got couple of those cards off the plasma. There's not much here, a couple of capacitors there is probably all I'm going to take off that one. Same with that one. This one I peeled a nice big heatsink off that chip, so that'll come in handy. That was just glued on. A couple of SMD capacitors, and looks like it could be a MOSFET there. And a couple of sockets. A few bits and bobs on there, but I'm not sure how much I'll grab. Mostly I just want to feel these sockets, the HDMI and fibre optic port and whatnot. Might grab the TV tune a bit. I also found on the power cord, I got a nice plug. I found some ferrite cores. And this one, if I can get it open with one hand. Okay, it does actually open up. It's a split core. It's a plastic holder and there's ferrite in there. So that could come in handy. I like that one. Might make winding something a bit easier. Nice and long. So there's one to have a play with. So anyway, I'm going to pull these other bits of board off and strip the back off the other one, and I'll be back again soon. Alright, back again. I've got this plasma totally stripped down. That's the front. There's the back. Lots of aluminium there. It's a very thick, heavy sheet. I don't know if you can see around the edges, but it's 2 or 3 mil thick. There's also a lot of weight of glass on there. There's 2 or 3 sheets of glass. As you can see down there, I think there's still 3 sheets. The dark tinted layer and the white layer, and then another layer underneath that by the look of it. But I'm going to try and strip that glass off and get the aluminium out for scrap, or maybe for some sheet that I can use for something. I'm not sure which yet. It's too much aluminium just throw in the bin. And I did manage to salvage one piece of glass. So that was nice. I don't know what I'll use it for, but it's a good bit of glass. Got lots more aluminium here. Bits of strip. Got some AV ports, lots of nice diodes in there. Some decent speakers. Left and right. Heap of this thick, heavy, squishy, sticky rubber mat stuff. Those sticky, you can see there where I dropped a bit in the dirt. Everything sticks to it. And got some more caps. I don't know what that thing is. It might be a SMD resistor or something. It's marked as an inductor, so there's some caps and inductors and lots of, I think they're 370 ohm resistors or 37 ohm resistors. Yellow, purple, black. Anyway, high wattage, couple of capacitors. I think that's a 100k resistor there, that'll be handy. More of the same on those two boards. Second will go over there in the TV. More de-soldering later. Getting a bit in there now. Got a nice power switch. On off switch with LEDs and stuff. So those LEDs will come in handy. I think I'll keep this tray, that looks like it might be handy for holding stuff. And I've just got a big pile of broken glass down there that I've got to throw in the bin and a bit of frame. And the back panel's over there. I don't think I'll keep the back panel for metal, it's pretty thin, cheap sheet metal of some sort. So, onto this next plasma. And there's going to be lots more screws. And the bucket's slowly filling up. Getting pretty hard to see the bottom in there now. Getting pretty heavy too. So, back to it. I'll be back shortly. Alright, on to the next big plasma. This one actually still works, but it does have a line through the screen. It doesn't light up anymore. It's not broken or anything, so I'll see how many sheets of glass and other bits and pieces I can get out of there that might be worth something to me. Alright, I'll start pulling out all of these screws. As you can see, there's lots. Screws everywhere. More screws down in there. That's just one end. So, the thing's going to be filling up nicely. I'll be back soon. Alright, I've got the back off this second plasma, the big Sony that works. There's the plate for anyone that cares. You might want to pause that. I'm not seeing the high voltage capacitors I got off the last one, but there's certainly some good stuff on here. There's fans. Lots of these toroids. Heaps of them. More fans. More fans there. A whole bunch of toroids under here. Some good big ones too. Lots of them. A few good big caps. Not heaps of them. A bunch of these smaller ones there. I can't read what they are. Lots of transformers. Quite a few semiconductor looking transistor type things. Three pin components. Lots of these big resistors. They'll be handy. Lots of fans. A few good ones too. That one's nice. That spins really well. Bunch of heat sinks down here. I'm not sure if you can see that in this poor light. But there's some sort of chip under there. I don't know if I want the chip, but I want the heat sinks. More toroids, fuses, inductors. So there's some good stuff there, and there's another big board underneath all this digital stuff. There's another board in there. That's where all the ins and outs go. And tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of screws everywhere. And lots more aluminium and steel and stuff. So it's definitely worth pulling apart the old plasmas. I'll be back soon with some of the boards off. Back again. Getting through this plasma slowly. Got the radio receiver box and the in-outs off. And a couple other bits and pieces. Getting lots of screws and lots of scrap metal so far. Not a lot of parts. One of the things I did find some high voltage caps up there, so that's a nice find. Looks like there's a few MOSFETs there as well. Don't know what's under that heatsink, but the heatsink's going to be nice and handy. More fuses. More big ferrite beads. Another one to add to the pile. Two on that one. They're everywhere. There's still more fans. More heat sinks. So here's some of the stuff I've got up here. Big bundle of wires with ferrite beads on them. Big bundles. There's the radio card. That was all the inputs and outputs. Plugs there. Probably not heaps I want on that. A couple of inductors, some capacitors. Not going to bother with most of those chips. The crystal over there, I'll have that. A few bits and pieces. Got some switches, buttons. Three buttons. One little fan so far. That's a 12 volt, 60 milliamp if the camera's going to focus for you. I don't know if you can see that. This big one here, this looks like quite a nice one. It spins really freely. Spins really freely. That's just me blowing. That's 170 milliamps, 2 watts, 12 volts. Silent, brushless, ball bearing type. So there you go, there's some decent fans at least. Have a little heat sink there that I'll knock off. A few other bits and bobs. Might even be something in the battery. So I'm going to start pulling some of these bits of metal frame off. And some more of these circuit boards off. Getting ready for the pile. Oh look. MOSFETs. That's nice. I wonder what that big one is. Oh, that might be a pair of diodes. It's got 4 legs. Could even be big Zeniths. If you realise the capacitors or something there in amongst those inductors. So that's going to be a nice board to desolder. Look at that. More MOSFETs. I bet they're all MOSFETs. Like the odd voltage regulator in there. These look like more diodes, 4 legs on them. So there's going to be some quite nice stuff in here. Lots of those SMD caps. A whole bunch more ferrite beads up there. Thought they were diodes at first, but they're marked FB on the circuit board. More MOSFETs. No idea what that thing is. Appears to be some sort of integrated circuit. More fans and junk everywhere. Plastic mounting points, metal bits. Another power in socket, some speaker out plugs. All handy stuff. Alright, I'm going to fire up that screwdriver and I'll be back again soon. G'day there again everyone. I'm slowly getting there with this plasma. Taking off a heap of little bits of bracket and stuff down there. Some bits of metal, steel and alloy there. That'll be handy. More bits of steel up here on the bench. Move my bottle there. Don't know what that big board does. That was strapped all the way down the length of the TV. Just appears to be some kind of bridge. Cable's in one end and out the other. Might be able to use it for a wireless receiver or something. Got some cool heat sinks there, and these ones are just screwed on with those 4 screws. So no de-soldering on the bottom to get those heat sinks off. That'll be good. Nice easy ones. A bunch of capacitors there. 220 volt, 150 UF. A few diodes of different sorts and some MOSFETs. I'll look that stuff up later when I get it all upstairs. A couple of higher wattage resistors, they'll be handy. They're always handy. I'll get one out of the way. The old box is filling up over here. Getting a few fans and boards and stuff. Not a lot that I'm going to keep on this board. Lots of little ICs and stuff. Not much good to me. But I will pry those heat sinks off with a screwdriver. Maybe get a few of these SMD caps. It's probably about it off that board. I'm not even going to bother with those big chips. Might look up a few part numbers on the small ones. A lot of them seem to be the same. If it's a 3055, it's a 555 timer or something like that, they could be handy. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky though. So I can go in the box. Box is getting full. Another big heat sink and some more caps there. A few high voltage ones. Pretty sure they're MOSFETs. Some ICs and stuff. A few high value resistors and some fuses. Good big fuses, nice thick wire in them. I'm saying for a Sony TV it seems to have a lot of NEC parts in it. Good on you, Sony. This board's cool. There's lots of MOSFETs here. They're all MOSFETs. I think that's a big double diode set. Like a full bridge rectifier. Bifilar toroids. Big capacitor. More inductors, relays and stuff. Some great transformers. They've got multi-stranded wire wrapped around them too. I really like those ones. There's a big one at the end there. Another little transformer. A few of these metal film capacitors, they're handy. Another toroid, another good inductor in there, straight ferrite one. That's a nice one. A few bigger caps. So these guys, 1500 UF and 220 volts. And those brown ones, 16 volt and 1000 UF. So there's a few handy caps there. Lots of good semiconductors. More MOSFETs. Some of those are diodes as well. I know those ones are all transistors. You do get some double diode pairs and stuff as well. They look like full wave rectifiers. So there's some cool stuff there. That's all going upstairs. To be stripped down later. I'm still pulling out lots of ferrite cores. They're everywhere. I'm loving that. They're going to be pretty handy, I'm thinking. Whatever cable that was. There's certainly didn't want a, got a lot of really fine Cat 5 like strands down. They certainly didn't want a lot of radio interference going down there though, lots of choking on that. More little fans. 12 volts, 600 milliamp, 60 milliamp, sorry. Power in plug. Another ferrite core on there. And we're going in the motorbike bag, squeezing some of the small stuff in there. Don't know what the purpose of these little cards is, but there's 3 of them. Maybe some sort of audio chip or something. I haven't found speakers yet. These seem to be just bridges, but I don't think just plugs on them. Had to get them off to get other stuff off. Some stereo clip-in bits and a little chip, but stuff will all be handy, no doubt. Getting lots of sheet metal. And it's pretty decent quality stuff too. It's about a mil thick, so I'm tempted to keep a lot of it. A bit of welding practice and whatnot, and it should be handy for something, I think. Making brackets and things. There's still tons of aluminium and stuff on here, and more boards to pull off. Lots of SMD caps. Not so many resistors. I'm still keen to see what's under all these little heat sinks. At least just get the heat sinks off. They appear to be hot glued on there. So I'll keep pulling bits off, and I'll do another update soon. I just thought I'd give you a quick look at how many screws there are still in this thing. Screws everywhere. Look, there's this piece of metal here. Goes right down, screws all along it. Then underneath that, it's holding that board down. Underneath that, there's a whole bunch more screws on the board. Tons of them. And then there's screws on the aluminium and screws on the frame. Lots more screws to pull out. There's my chart and my tin. It is filling up. It's actually starting to get filled now. If you have a look at those ribs on the side, actually pretty much up to the top of that first rim. So that's all the stuff that I've pulled apart in this video. And I'm still going, so we're going to get lots more screws yet. Alright, back soon when I've got these boards on. Alright, so I've got all of the screws out of this plasma. The plastic is off the front and out there somewhere. We have one thick sheet of probably 2mm aluminium down the back here. And on this side there's a sheet of glass with some little tiny black stripes in it. I don't know if you can see the stripes. Like fly screen. And then there's the second sheet of glass that's got the white stuff on it, like in the other one that's got another grid of wires through it, I think. And it's sealed up really well. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of Nobel gas in there. If you look down in this corner, there's a little nipple where the glass blower would have filled it all up with gas and sealed it off. Another screw, lots of screws. Did I mention that? Lots of screws. Look, there's more. Screws everywhere. I'll get a magnet and clean it up later in a bag, of course, so I don't get all the iron filings of the magnet. So I'm going to hang on to that for now. There's 2 sheets of aluminium there. You can see there's all these little cutouts. If I push that, I can actually separate it a little bit. They seem to be glued together. So there's one piece of aluminium. And then there's that second sheet that's backing the glass. So I reckon I can squeeze that glass off without breaking it. I don't know that these are going to be any use to me. Maybe as some sort of tinted panel if I can get it off without breaking it. But I did get a second really nice tempered front panel. So I've got 2 of those now. And that's good quality glass, hey? Tempered or something? Yeah, tempered. It's got to be tempered. One of them's been jumped on. That's how the screen got broken. So it was sitting on the side of the road. Someone broke it a bit and put it out the front for council collection. It got jumped on and broken lots more, and the tempered glass still held. And there's lots of bits of strapping floating around everywhere. And I showed you the last of the cards. The only extra one I got out was this little one that had some the on-off button and a couple of LEDs and an infrared LED receiver. And I got a bunch of these little brackets. So you screw those 2 on, and then you get a thread in the middle. They're pretty solid. So they could be handy. Lots of screws still in them. My screw tune is definitely up to the first stripe there if I let it all off. lots and lots and lots of screws. All different sorts, plastic, wood, machine, self-tapping. Might even sort them out one day if I get really bored. Good job for an assistant when I get an assistant. So, lots of straps of aluminium there. Don't know if I'll keep that. I can't weld aluminium with my TIG. It's only DC. So I might just save up all the aluminium and sell it for scrap. Lots of sheets of steel though that I think I'll keep. Good welding practice there, I reckon, by the time once I grind off a bit of paint where I'm going to do my joints. So, one last TV for today, I think. While I'm on plasma TV mode, we'll squeeze out here. And under this big Fresnel lens. This is an interesting one. It doesn't actually make a great spot. Because it's tinted black for some reason. And I did try and peel the black off, but it takes off the striping that causes the lens effect as well. So I don't know what the go is there. If anyone's got any suggestions on whether I can get that black off or I should just chuck it, let me know. There goes everything crashing down. And there is one really big plasma. So I'm going to drag it inside and pull out another 30-40 screws. And once the back's off, I'll be back. Back again. I think I've just about got all the screws off the back of this big LG. There's the plate, if you can read that. I just wanted to quickly show you how many screws are just on the back panel. That's just the back panel. So hopefully this will come off now. Maybe in a couple of pieces. That feels like there's still some screws on there somewhere that I've missed. And if you hear broken glass falling, that's because this one is another one that was broken. Yep. There's definitely still some screws in there that I haven't found somewhere. One in this corner, but that's all broken away. So, other than that, I don't know. I'll have to have a look. Maybe there's one under the label there or something. Feels like there's one around this area. Maybe one from the front. No. Speakers in there though, so there could be some hidden screws somewhere. Alright, I'll find those screws and I'll get this back panel off and I'll be back. Alright, I got the back off the big plasma. Turned out to be one screw hiding down the bottom near the AV sockets. And there was a bit of glue up the top across this bar here. I just had to give it a steady heave and off she came. Teeny little speakers there, but there's some bigger ones over here. And there's some more down under this cover here, which is still a few screws in it. But, not a lot under there. There'll be some stuff inside though. All the radio card and stuff will be in there. TV tuners. Yeah, first thing that strikes my eye is there's some serious heat sinking going on here. Big string of MOSFETs there. Probably another 10, much like the other TV I did. I bet these are big MOSFETs. More there. Check out these heat sinks. Multi-fins. Nothing in the backs. There's some serious heat sink there. More fans. More wires and ribbons. Inductors, capacitors. Metallized film capacitors. They're always handy. Quite a lot of those. They seem to be in place of the high voltage ceramic ones that were on the first plasma I did. Look, more MOSFETs. Down under there. What's that? More MOSFETs. Inductors everywhere. I'm liking this one. Lots of toroids and coils and all sorts of stuff. Some nice big juicy biphilophite coils. Ferrite cores. Transformers. They're probably either double diodes or, yep, there's diode markings down in there. And possibly transistors of some sort. No, there's another diode picture. Oh, they're probably MOSFETs though, or transistors. Lots of transformers again. Some more capacitors, more big resistors. There's some more coils and surface mount stuff down in there. But another big splittable toroids. Going to be a nice haul out of this plasma. Oh, check out the big fan. Big rotary fan. It's huge. Puts out a bit of air too, actually. I can feel that. It's from a gentle spin off the hand. That's quite noticeable. So there you go. Bit of dust in that one. And all those fans, I'm not surprised. So I think I'm going to get some good stuff out of this plasma. Not bad for something that was smashed on the side of the road. Alright, I'll be back a bit later when I've got some more pieces off. Alright, back again. I got most of the boards off this large plasma TV. Still a few left to get. Still heaps of screws. Getting pretty good at pulling screws out with the old cordless drill. So I've got this main piece free. Mostly free. Don't need to fall down. Heaps of aluminium in these things. This one has some really big chunks. Look at this cast aluminium. Going to end up with quite a bit of alloy. So this is what's come out of this TV. As you can see, quite a bit. Oh, a couple of these pieces underneath here. Out of the last one. But, there's that board. MOSFETs or transistors of some kind. Diodes, lots of. Plenty of heatsink. Plenty of capacitors. Can't see values on those. Oh, there we go. 220 UF and 250 volts. Lots of 250 volt capacitors, some metallized film ones, these brown ones here, inductors. TV box over here filling up. Transformers and capacitors, and other capacitors and resistors, and big capacitors. Those big ones are 450 watt volts at 330 UF. So there's a few of those, 6 of those. A few big transformers, look like quite good ones. Lots more heatsink, some big resistors, some seriously big looking rectifier diodes. It's marked diode. Don't know if you can see those serial numbers. More screws holding them in if you'd like to know. Did I mention I've been pulling out some screws? So yeah, that's another board. Like I said, getting a few. Here's another one. 3 legs, I'm thinking are probably MOSFETs. There could be some diodes. Lots more heatsink, lots more capacitors. Transformers. Lots of good stuff on these boards. These things are marked FL, I'm not sure what that is yet. Some bigger inductors. Transformers. Capacitors galore. Pretty sure they're big MOSFETs. Nice big heatsink for just the 2 of those. Add it to the pile. Inductors on this board and resistors. Some of these nice air core bifillers. A couple of ferrite toroids in there. That looks like some kind of thermistor or something. It's got a bit of jelly, sort of gel, some plastic over the top. Good capacitor in there, another one there. Resistors. Don't know what this big thing is. It's marked RL on the board. Diodes. Possibly transistors. No, more diodes. Mark D on the board. More capacitors, more inductors. Nice little iron powdered core. Quite a nice haul out of this big TV. So all of this stuff's just out of this TV here. What else have we got? Got the big roller fan. Nice big long wire on it too, which will be handy for sticking it in, whatever I decide to put it in. Good bearings. Nice fan, that one. Put that up there for now. More of these big aluminium blocks. What I'm going to use them for, I might just scrap them, I think. Speakers, AV ports. More screws there. Yay. Screws. If anyone wants to buy any of these screws, I'm thinking about auctioning them off one at a time on eBay, so if you're interested, send me a message. Speakers. More inductors. More of those split ferrite cores there. More momentary buttons, getting lots of them up. Don't think I'll be getting a lot off this card. A few capacitors, SMD capacitors there. Bunch of ICs. If I knew what they were and they come in handy, maybe I'll look them up. But some sort of transistory MOSFET thing there. It's marked an IC, so don't know what that is. 3 legs and a header on it. But, probably not a lot on that one, but we'll keep it anyway. I'll just stick it in there with those guys. These ones are stuck down the side. There's pairs of ICs under these big long heat sinks, so those heat sinks are definitely worth something. And these guys are marked with a Q, so they're probably MOSFETs or transistors, and there's 4 of them. So that's worth it. This one doesn't have the same big MOSFETs on it, but it's got something there that's marked with a IC, and 3 legs used. Q2 and Q3 there. Oop, more Qs. So there's a few MOSFETs and transistors and whatnot there. That's good. Running out of place to stack these cards up. Some of this metal's seriously thick, like that's galvanised steel or something like that. I think it's galvanised, some sort of zinc treated steel. Threads stuck in it. There's a bit of weight in it. There's lots of pieces of it, hey. Lots of bits. And another fan there. These ones are, I think I've got 2 or 3 of these out of that TV. They are 70 milliamps, 12 volts, 70 milliamp fans. And these are all the screws since the last update. So, junk that we don't need. And we'll just dump them in there. And we're filling up in there. It's certainly getting heavy. That's a lot. I reckon I must have 1,000 in there by now. Let's have a competition. Guess how many screws I can fit in this baby food tin. Anyway, it's getting late. I think I'm going to wind it up for tonight, so I might take the camera upstairs and do some editing and put together some stuff for an upload for you guys. Thanks for watching.